Hello everybody, it's me, Heather, and I have a haul for you guys. So at the time I'm filming this, it is Sunday evening, and by the time you're watching this, it'll be Monday morning. So just wanted to say, first off, sorry if I look a little tired in this video. It's been a long day, a long good day, but I've been up all night because that's just how I roll sometimes. I stayed up all night and shot a YouTube video. I did my nails. I did my makeup before I shot the YouTube video, and then I just started watching TV, and then, next thing you know, it's early in the morning. I took a half-hour nap, and then I headed over to Sephora. So Sephora had a little Beauty Insider Summer Surge, and of course the Sephora VIB Rouge. So they recently sent out the email earlier in the week, and for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, Sephora has a rewards program, and they have different levels of rewards, and I'm one of their VIB Rouge members, which means I just spend way too much money on makeup. But they have this nice little event, and I thought it would sound like a fun way to spend my Sunday. So they actually sent just this email, and in my case, they even sent me snail mail too. So I received this in the mail as well as an email form. And it says, you're invited to the VIB Rouge Reception Sunday, August 3rd, 2014. From 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So it was, it was a closed door shopping event, which I was like, well, that's kind of fun. And silly me, I thought it would be like really low key and just quiet and not crowded. Boy, was I wrong. What was I thinking? So, you actually did have to RSVP to this. And what drew me in is I'm a sucker for points. Whenever I'm a member of a rewards program at a store, or an online company or anything like that, and they have some kind of point perk going on. So for the VIB Rouge members, anything you purchased, you would get 4 times the points. So you would get quadruple the points. That really drew me in. They had a bunch of like brand representatives there. And here's the other thing that drew me in is like with a $35 purchase, they gave you a bag full of goodies. And of course, you also got a free tote, and I was like, this sounds like fun. So I went there, and like I said, I was expecting it to be kind of low key, kind of quiet. For some reason, I just didn't think it was going to be as crazy as it was. But so from 9 to 11, in the mall in my area, the stores don't open till 11 on Sunday. So I thought everything was going to be like closed. I just thought it was going to be quiet. Anyway, so I get to Sephora at the mall that I went to, and they actually had a table set up with 2 people with a guest list. So you had to tell them your name, and they made sure your name was on the list. And then, depending on what your level of membership is, they give you a little sticker. So, I'm VIB Rouge, so I put that right there on my shirt, and let me lift it up higher so you guys can see the sticker the entire time. And so then within like 2 seconds of walking into the store, it was like already packed. I got there at like 9:05, 9:10 in the morning. It was already packed. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So I walk in, of course there's music because it's Sephora. And then I look to the left. They have a table with free food, pastries, fruits, coffee, water. And I'm like, dang, if I'd known there was going to be free food, I wouldn't have eaten breakfast. Not to sound like a mooch, but seriously, I wouldn't have eaten breakfast if I'd known there was going to be free food there. Because I'd never been to this kind of closed-door shopping event hosted by Sephora before. And then just like literally for the next 2 hours, every 5 minutes, or less than that, pretty much almost every minute, a sales associate would come up to me and say, are you doing okay? Are you finding everything all right? Okay, what can I help you find? What are you looking for? Like, just constantly. Normally, that would honestly really bug me. But at this event, I actually liked it because they were obviously doing that because, the people who had VIB Rouge were supposed to get really special attention. So it actually kind of made you feel kind of movie star. It made you feel kind of like people are really doting on you and really trying to help you out. And of course, the makeup I'm wearing now is what I actually wore to the event. So, I wore this makeup in a video I shot, and I haven't uploaded yet. I'll upload it later this week. But this is the look I wore to the event. And almost every single sales associate was like, wow, your lipstick, what is that? And I'm like, it's Poe from Kat Von D. A couple of them guessed it, so that was fun. It was, you know, they give you a lot of attention. If you don't normally get a lot of attention in your daily life, then this is a fun event to go to. But it was packed. It was so busy. Oh my God. So busy. It was just like sardines, man. Just like the entire time, constantly you're like, oh, excuse me, oh, sorry, oh, excuse me, oh, can I get through? Oh, pardon me. You know, so that was going on for 2 hours. So, the OCC, Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics, I love them to death. You know, I've done quite a few videos on my lip tar collection of OCC. If you haven't seen any of those, I'll link to the playlist down below for you guys to check out. But Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics is coming out with a new collection in a couple of days. So honestly, I went to this event and my plan was to buy one item, 2 items at the most. I didn't know what those 2 items were going to be. I didn't know what 1 or 2 items that was going to be. So my plan was just to buy 1, maybe 2 items because, you know, this Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics collection is coming out and, you know, I want to haul that. So, you know, I got to kind of, you know, save my money a little bit. But I just could not decide what I wanted. When I really limited myself to 1 item at Sephora, it was very, 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 very difficult. And normally when I go to Sephora, I'm pretty much in and out. I'm not there for very long. I'm usually kind of like, I usually pretty much know what I want when I get there. I'll still look around and see what's new and see what grabs my eye. But I would say on average, if I go to Sephora, I'm usually in and out in about half an hour at the most. I actually stayed for almost the entire 2 hours of this event, like right when the store was officially opening for regular business. You know, it was around the time I was checking out. So I struggled so much trying to pick one item. And I appreciate all of you on Instagram who gave me some ideas. Because it boiled down to this. I was either going to get something from Nars or I was going to get something from Hourglass, notably the ambience lighting palette. And so the debate became, okay, what do I need versus what do I want? Because, you know, when it comes to makeup addiction and makeup collecting, you want everything. And even I'm to the point now where I literally need no more makeup. There's nothing I need. I have everything I need to create a daily makeup look, you know. So even that, at that point, I was like, well, when it comes to highlighters, I don't have a whole lot of highlighters in my collection. When it comes to eyeshadows, I have a lot of eyeshadows in my collection. When it comes to blush, I have a lot of blush in my collection. So for a while there, I started off with the items that I wanted from Nars. Did you hear that? Items. I wasn't able to pick one. So I was like, okay, I'm going to get these 2 items from Nars. But then I was like, oh, there's a 3rd item from Nars I want. So then I was like, whoa, wait. You were supposed to get 1 item. 1 item. 1 item. So 1 item. So I was like, okay, you know what? Let me get that Hourglass ambience lighting palette, right? Is that what it's called? Yeah. I was like, let me get that. And so I put everything back that was in my basket. I put everything back from Nars on the shelf. I went over to Hourglass and I got the ambience lighting palette. But then I went back over to Nars. So this is ridiculous. I never do this. I literally kept going back and forth between those 2 displays for the longest time. I finally settled on the items from Nars. But before I know you guys are anxious to see what I got. So that's why I prefaced this video as the VIB Rouge Reception experience. So that you guys knew I would do a lot of storytelling here. They had a lot of product vendors there. They had a lot of people who were, you know, hired makeup artists or skincare specialists for different brands. And honestly, I was just feeling really shy because first off, it was really, really, really packed in there. It was just so uncomfortable. So I was really just not trying to sit down with anybody to get a facial or get a makeover. I just was not into that. I'm like, I've already got my makeup on. I'm wearing fucking, you know, my blue, purple lips here. You know, I'm really not trying to. I'm just, no. I was like, if I get made over, it needs to be in a calmer, quieter, more relaxed atmosphere. But it is just like sardines and stress and just, it was loud and noisy. Honestly, it was a combination of me feeling a little bit shy. I'm honestly like, even though I've worked on and off in retail for many years, and I know all the tricks of the trade, and I know how we have to approach, customers and that kind of thing. When I'm on the other end, when I'm the customer and I'm the person being approached by sales associates, I'm always very shy about it. I don't know, it makes me really uncomfortable. So, I mean, it's just the way I am. I have a little bit of social anxiety. I'm a little bit shy, believe it or not. I'm a little bit shy when it comes to those kind of situations. And then it's really crowded on top of that. So that's kind of feel like I can't breathe. Like, just not quite agoraphobic, but just, you know what I mean? So there was that going on. So that was also making it hard to just like concentrate on what you want, because you're constantly like, oh, excuse me. Oh yeah, I've been helped. Oh yeah, thank you. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you. On top of trying to decide what I wanted. So yeah. So I ended up basically hauling, not a humongous amount, but enough. I spent more than I planned on it. I don't regret it, because these are things I want no, I don't need them, but these are things I wanted. So let me start off. Actually, I got a couple of things from Sephora that I really love. This is my third or fourth, I think third repurchase of this. This is the Sephora 2-in-1 waterproof eye makeup remover gel. And this has really mixed reviews online, but I love it. If you use it the way they tell you to use it, it kind of sucks. They tell you it is a gel. You just squirt out, I do a full pump and I put it right on my eye and I rub it in, and it's nice because it says 2-in-1 waterproof eye makeup remover gel because it removes while caring. So it moisturizes your skin while it removes, eyeliner, mascara, it takes off everything. The way they tell you to use it is to, squirt it onto a cotton pad and wipe it off. If you do it that way, every time I've done it that way, it gets in my eye and it burns a little. I mean, it irritates my eye if I do it that way for some reason. But if I just take a full pump and right on my fingers and place it right on my eyes and just massage it gently and then rinse it off, it works like magic. It takes everything off, and I think it's just a nice way to remove your makeup gently and, moisturize the skin, and it takes off waterproof. I really love this. It retails for $10. So, I've been wanting to get a refill of this for a while, so I went ahead and I was like, I'm getting 4 times the points. Why not? Let's get it today. Now this I'm really excited about. Haven't really heard anybody talking about this yet. This is new. This is the Sephora Ultimate Oil and Gel Lipstick Remover. So this is for removing, all kinds of lipsticks, even the most long-lasting ones, your red lipsticks, your really dark staining lipsticks. It has aloe vera extract. It's supposed to soothe and moisturize. It's dermatologically tested to suit all skin types. So it says here you apply it on lips, leave it on for 30 seconds, and then remove the lipstick with a cotton pad. I already know that I'm going to do this clown style. I'm going to squirt it on my lips. Sorry, that probably didn't sound very nice. I'm going to apply it evenly onto my lips. There we go. And then I'm going to let it sit for 30 seconds. I'm probably going to rub it off. I think it needs that skin to gel contact. But let me show you what this looks like. So it's like that, and it has this little squeeze tube, and so I'm really looking forward to trying this, seeing how that goes. I'll let you guys know in the future how this works. I hope it works out really well. I really wanted to get this because I want to get those obsessive compulsive cosmetic lip tars that are coming out. I mean, there's a purple so dark it almost looks black. There's Techno Pagan, which is, a really metallic dark blue. It's kind of like this, but a lip tar version. I mean, there's Vein, which is like a blackened teal. I mean, they're going to stain the vaginas out of your lips. So I wanted something that would be able to get that off. So this retailed for $9.50. All right, so now the items I could not resist. Let's just jump right into this. So I got a Nars Dual Intensity Eyeshadow in the shade Desdemona. Had a hiccup there for a second. And these suckers are pricey. So I originally only planned on getting one item, but I wanted to hit the $35 mark because I wanted to get the free tote and the free bag full of goodies, all that stuff, the way they sucker us in like they always do. So this is $29, and it has your typical, matte rubberized texture that Nars, you come to expect from Nars. Has a little mirror inside, which is really pretty to see for a eyeshadow. And I got this shade Desdemona. Why can I not say that? Desdemona. Jeez, Desdemona. And sorry about the reflex from the eyeshadow. But that's reading pretty true to color in my viewfinder. It's kind of a pinkish, reddish, you know, it's definitely not, I don't have many eyeshadows that are this type of shade. And it's a wet, dry eyeshadow. And originally I wanted these when I heard about them. Then I was like, oh, I don't need them. I'm just going to pass. But then I saw some reviews on it on YouTube. So maybe I could just say YouTube made me do it. But I'm really looking forward to trying this out. I'll post swatches on my Instagram. So I'll do a dry swatch and a wet swatch for you guys. Looking forward to doing that. So that was one of the items I was just like, oh, okay. Am I going to get this or am I going to get something else? And then this, oh my gosh. Okay, so I got a Nars brush. This is the number 49 wet dry eyeshadow brush. When I very first saw this, I was like, I don't need this. Because they sell it right next to those eyeshadows, you know. And I'm like, well, I don't need this. I have enough flat panel eyeshadow brushes. I have plenty of flat panel eyeshadow brushes that I could use with that eyeshadow, wet or dry, to get the look I want. And this brush retails for $28. And here's what happened. I heard about it, I saw it online, and I was just kind of like, I don't need that. Well, it's brand new, so I haven't been able to open this yet. Might have to grab some scissors so we can get this party started. Give me one moment to cut this Got open. A pair of scissors and cut this open so I can actually pull it out and show it to you guys. As I was saying, I made the fatal mistake of touching the bristles on this brush that they had on display. Oh my God. There is nothing in my brush collection that is this soft. Once I felt these bristles, it got to where, so I first saw this a couple of weeks ago when the Dual Intensity eyeshadows first came out, and I was like, oh, I don't need that. But I touched the bristles, and I was just like, oh, wow, that's really soft. And then I just kind of forgot about it. Then the next time I went to Sephora, I was looking at the Dual Intensity eyeshadows again, because at first I just wasn't going to get any, because I was like, they're just eyeshadows. And you can use so many eyeshadows wet and dry. You can use almost any eyeshadow wet and dry, to be honest. But like I said, after I saw some reviews that were raving about them, I'm like, okay, I really want to get one of those. And of course, every time I would look at those and debate if I was going to get one or not, I would touch the bristles. So soft. So soft. And I really like the length of this brush, and I like the way it's weighted. It's not heavy or clumsy, but it's got a little bit of weight to it. And so $28, definitely, you know, splurge. We definitely don't always need a $28 eyeshadow brush, but I had to have it. I had to have it. So originally I was just going to get these two items and call it a day. But like I said, then I started shopping around and I was like, oh, well, let me get that Sephora eye makeup remover. Let me get that Sephora lip makeup remover. So you know how that goes. So then I remembered that somebody recommended I check out a Nars blush, and I had actually wanted to get this blush from Nars. It's one of their newer releases, and when I first saw it, sorry, I gotta dig in the bag. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, you know what? I think it's going to be too light for me. I don't think it's going to work. This is the shade Unlawful, and this is also a case of, and I've had this experience with a lot of Nars products, to be honest, that I don't find they swatch well. I find a lot of Nars products just don't swatch well, but they wear beautifully. So that's why I'm honestly just never really that big a fan of swatches, because the way, and I've said this in videos before, the way something swatches on the back of my hand, on the inside of my arm, is not the same way it's going to wear on my eyelids, on my cheeks, on my lips, on my face, you know? So, and to be honest, almost anything I've swatched in store of Nars never swatches well, but like I said, but when I put it on my skin, that's the selling point. I'm like, oh my God. So this is the blush Unlawful, which let me cover the little mirror. It's got the little dust protector thingy there that says Nars. It is this really light, like warm toned pink with silver shimmer. And I'm like, I don't have a warm toned light pink blush with silver shimmer. You know, I really want to try this out. So when I swatched it on my finger, like it really showed up on my finger, but then whenever I, you know, dragged it across my hand, it didn't show up. I tried it on the inside of my arm, it didn't show up, and I'm like, ooh, you know what, I think it's going to be too light. I don't think it's going to work on me, unfortunately. But, you know, so I kind of forgot about it. I was like, oh, well, that stinks. You know, I really wanted to try this, but I guess it's not going to work. I couldn't just leave it alone. I did something I don't usually do at Sephora because everybody's sticking their fingers in everything. Everything's dirty. Everything's just, yuck. You know, I mean, I'm not a germaphobe. I'm just aware of what I see in makeup stores. So, you know, when I see people sticking their fingers in all the makeup, I don't really want to go around and also stick my fingers in it and then stick it on my face, you know. The most I'll do is swatch stuff on the back of my hand or on the insides of my fingers. I went and got one of their tester contour blush brushes, and I'm talking about Sephora brand, a Sephora brand contour blush brush. I dabbed it in that store tester, and I put it on my cheeks in the store, and I was just like, I was sold. I was like, okay, this not only shows up, it shows up beautifully. I mean, this is adult glitter. This is what I'm going to call this. This is adult glitter. It's not overly chunky and ridiculous and Fallout City. I mean, it's very subtle, shimmery, Starry Night, you know, $30. So just to throw that out there in case you're wondering how much that is. So that is everything that I purchased at Sephora. Although I originally planned on buying only one or two things. I got 3 Nars items and 2 Sephora makeup removers. So then here's the fun part. So then you get in line and you get, you know, some goodies. So everybody who was VIB Rouge got a red bag, a nice little red tote bag. You got a lady running around in her skirt and probably flats or high heels and all of her Sephora shopping bags because she's a makeup addict just like the rest of us. Sorry, that just made my autofocus go crazy. And then you got the Sephora symbol on the back. And, oh, that was the other thing I forgot to mention. The entire time you're there, had several sales associates come up to you and be like, hey, do you have any samples? Here, let me give you some samples. So I got tons of samples, which, to be honest, my Sephora is kind of stingy with samples. For the longest time, anytime I went in there, even if I purchased something, they never offered me samples. Only until recently did they start offering me samples. So I don't know if just for the longest time they just didn't have any samples to give out, or if they were just being stingy with their samples, or if they just changed the policy and they were like, you know, we need to make sure we're giving samples to every customer, especially paying customers. I don't know. But today, yeah, lots of, oh, and I forgot about the perfume lady. Oh my God. What was I thinking? I made the mistake of looking at the perfume wall and there were like, at least, there were way more than 2, but there were 2 ladies over in the perfume section. I got sprayed by at least 4 different perfumes. That was my mistake, you know, and you know, I'm like trying to talk them down. After the first spray, it was, Juicy Couture, I think Gold, which it's like a new one, which she gave me a piece of caramel candy and she was like, she gave me a piece of caramel candy and she's just like, oh, here, I'm going to give you a piece of caramel candy because this has warm caramel mixed in, which it sounds kind of kiddish. It sounds kind of like, you know, like a teenage body spray, really sweet, overly sweet and stuff, but it's actually a very nice, super adult, sophisticated, sweet scent. So if you have a chance to check out Juicy Couture Gold, I believe it's called, check that out because I was tempted to buy it, but I was like, no, I'm not here for perfume. I'm not trying to buy perfume. I want makeup. I want 1 item or 2 items of makeup. That's it. See how that worked out. Anyways, and then, so like I said, when you check out, I already got tons of samples, so I'm not going to go through and show you every single sample because that might be a little boring for you guys, but they gave me this bag that has little samples in here, and I just want to point out a couple of the cool ones. Like this one is, I haven't even opened this up yet. This is the Marc Jacobs Lip Lock Moisture Balm and number 10 Makeout. It even has SPF in it, SPF 18. And here we go. Ooh, I haven't even opened this yet. So Got a Marc Jacobs little trial size lip balm. Looking forward to trying that out. I don't have anything from Marc Jacobs. That was the other section that I kept going to, actually. It was a toss-up between Hourglass, products from Marc Jacobs, and Nars, and I just ended up going for Nars because I love Nars. And I don't have nearly enough Nars in my collection. So, like I said, not going to go through every single sample because that can be a little bit boring, but they gave me this bag with some stuff in there. I got perfume samples. I love Elizabeth and James, even though I already have the rollerballs. I was like, yes, I will take Elizabeth and James Nirvana black and white samples. Yes, please, because I can never have too much of that. I got the Juicy, Viva la Juicy La Fleur. They didn't have the Juicy Couture, like, gold sample. I'm like, that's what I want. That thing he sprayed me with. I got another Couture La La Juicy Couture fragrance sample. This I've never tried, but I've seen it. The UB Head to Toe Hydration Moisturizing Skin Cream. A nice little sample size of that. Got some Sephora skincare. Dr. Dennis Gold's skincare. So, oh, and then this is body lotion, the Clean fragrance. I love Clean fragrances. The company's name is Clean. And then I also even got a little bag with more samples inside. So let me just pull out some of the highlights in this one. They got a What's Up from Benefit, the little highlighter stick. So there you go. I didn't buy a highlighter, and I ended up getting a little highlighter sample size. Oh, this is pretty cool. There's a mascara from Buxom. There is some hair stuff from Living Proof. Let's see what that is. That is the Perfect Hair Day 5-in-1 styling treatment, which I could definitely use with my shaggy head. My boyfriend's supposed to shave my head tonight, by the way, so I can finally bleach this stuff out again. Even got a Laura Mercier foundation primer. This is a pretty generous deluxe sample size, so I have not tried that. Looking forward to it. And there is a, Alginist with algoronic acid, complete eye renewal balm. So got that, and there's a fragrance in there, and so that is everything. And so I just want to share a couple more items that I got from just random places. Actually, when I was up all night, I went to the drugstore because, you know, a lot of them are 24 hours, and that's how I roll sometimes because it's been hot, taking advantage of that free air conditioning in the drugstores. So I went to a couple of drugstores, not really planning to buy anything because I knew I was going to Sephora later, and I finally picked this up. This is the Sally Hansen Miracle Gel, and I got the little starter kit in birthday suit. Yeah, birthday suit. I'm wearing it on my nails now. So I just put it on, you know, today, and I'm just not going to say another word. In a week, I'll come back with a full review on this. This is basically a no light needed gel nail system. So we'll see how this goes. And then I picked this up because I was surprised to see the Dr. Bronner soap at my little neighborhood grocery store recently started being open 24 hours. Before it used to close at 10. Now it's open 24 hours. Now I like to go in there like after midnight when it's really, you know, quiet. And I was picking up a couple of odds and ends for my household. And I was surprised to see that of all the places I've seen this, it usually runs anywhere from about $5 to $6 for the Dr. Bronner All-One Hemp Lavender Pure Castile Soap made with organic oils. It's organic coconut oil and palm oil based. So these are really great for cleaning your makeup brushes. And recently I heard that this is a dupe for the Beauty Blender Solid Soap. So today when I was at Sephora, I was this close to buying the Beauty Blender Solid Soap because I want to compare the two to see how they clean. I know this does a nice job of cleaning makeup brushes. I've used it before and I used it up entirely. And I have a tendency to totally rotate the way that I wash my brushes. So I'm thinking I might start a little series about all the different methods that I use because I guess I get kind of bored doing it the same way all the time. So I have all these different methods I use for cleaning my makeup brushes. And now that I'm in love with beauty blenders and the Micro Mini, now I'm totally into the beauty blender. I want to experiment with different ways and the best ways to clean those. So I picked this up ideally to clean my brushes, but also the beauty blender. But I think I am going to go ahead in the near future and pick up the Beauty Blender Solid, you know, the solid bar soap that the Beauty Blender makes, to compare the ingredients and also just put them both to the test to see how they compare. Because this was $3.49. Yes, $3.49 at my local neighborhood grocery store. I was surprised to see if they had this so cheap. And I'm like, oh, well now from now on I'll just buy it here. Because everything else that's like skincare, body care related is expensive there. Because, you know, it's just the way it is. Anyways, I still got this goofy sticker on. I actually forgot about it. Then, oh, and after Sephora today, I actually went over to Bed Bath & Beyond really quick because they have the Formula 1006 Best Face Forward Daily Foaming Cleanser with passion fruit and green tea. I love, 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 love this face wash. It's just your basic gel foaming face wash. It smells really nice and it really normalizes my skin. It just like, it's the kind that after I use it, my skin's not too dry and it's not oily. It's like it literally normalizes my complexion. And this is actually my boyfriend's Holy Grail face wash, so we actually share this, so that's really cute. And that is that. So that was my Sephora VIB Rouge Reception experience / haul / ramblings / tiny items from the drugstore that I picked up. I hope you guys enjoyed the super duper long video. But I thought it would be fun just to chit chat with you guys, show a little bit more of my personality, since I feel like I've made a lot of videos and I don't really express my personality a lot. So hope you guys enjoyed the rambling. I hope you just put me on the background while you were doing chores around the house or, you know, cleaning your makeup brushes. That's what I usually do with YouTube videos. Put a bunch of YouTube videos on while I'm cleaning makeup brushes. Okay, let me know if you guys have any questions. Like I said, all the Nars items, well, the 2 Nars items, I'll post swatches of them on my Instagram. So if you guys want to see those, that's where that'll be. So by the time you're watching this video, those swatches will be up on my Instagram. Yeah. Any questions, comments, go ahead and leave them in the description bar down below. I love it when you guys interact with me. And what else can I tell you? Oh, I wanted to say the VIB Rouge Reception that was hosted by Sephora. If you ever have a chance to go, because you didn't have to be VIB Rouge level. Also just like Beauty Insiders as well as the very important Beauty Insiders, the VIBs. Everybody was really invited, I think. So, and they just had different rewards levels. Like the VIB Rouge people got 4 times the points. I believe VIB got 3 times the points for shopping. And I believe Beauty Insiders got double points, I think. I think that's how it worked. So, if you ever have a chance to go, definitely do. I wish I could have brought a friend with me. I just didn't have anybody to go with me. My boyfriend was working, you know, so, because honestly, if I had taken a friend with me, I probably would have exercised a lot more willpower, but that's okay. I will just eat less food this month. I will just eat more ramen so that I can buy more makeup, because I am joking, guys. I am joking. I really am. But yeah, that was that. So follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Tumblr. If you guys got questions, comments, please leave them down below. I do love it when you guys interact with me. You guys have been really interactive lately, leaving lots of great comments. It's really fun to respond to you. I really enjoy that. And I hope that this was entertaining for you guys, and I hope you got to shop vicariously through me a little bit. For those of you that have a little bit of social anxiety in, you know, crowded places, I feel your pain, but I fought through it and I got some really cool, you know, makeup removers and new makeup and a new makeup brush. And, you know, I had a really fun time actually. Kind of felt like makeup royalty. I mean, Sephora did a really good job of, you know, really paying attention to the people that were there, making sure nobody got lost in this like really crowded store, and just, it was a really nice experience. And the next time they do it, I'll definitely go again. I might leave my debit card at home. I might bring just cash only, so that way I can have to stick to a budget, but I don't regret it. It was nice. Yeah. Follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe so I can pop up in your subscription feed when I upload another one of these really long videos. And thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.